So anyway, you guys came over, Jake and I were just out talking and stuff, and I don't know how we got onto it about stuff you do stupid when you're younger. And I said, boy, I used to have road rage when I was younger, and Trish and I was driving down Kansas Expressway, and some carload of guys, cut me off, and I mean, I was ready to whip them. Trish was like going, there's 4 guys in there, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, it doesn't matter, I'll whip them all. They would have killed me.
You're feeling good.
So anyway, I don't know how much longer, but Trish and I are going to a Southern Gospel concert.
Oh, there you go.
Albert E. Brumley singing Springdale, Arkansas. I loved it. Trish hated it, but she's a good wife. And we're driving down there. It's a 2-lane road, about a 2.5-hour drive. And this idiot in front of me doing 50 mile an hour. And I mean, I'm tailgating. I mean, I'm close enough. I could change his radio station for him if I wanted to. And I mean, the whole way down there, all the way to Springdale, 2.5 hours, I'm just on his rear end.
Yeah.
And about 2 weeks later, we're at church.
Right.
And one of the older members at church that I always looked up to and really respected, he goes, you guys enjoy the concert? Go, yeah, we loved it. Were you there? And he goes, yeah, you followed me the whole way down.
Oh, my gosh.
After that, I mean, I crumbled. And
Praise God.
After that, I mean,
praise God.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get there.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. After that, I mean, you could throw a beer bottle at. You do whatever. I'm just going to go, amen, brother.
Just in case it's Gaithel. Gaithel going to the Gaithers.
Yeah. I mean, that stopped
that's a good
me.
Story.
I've never had road rage since.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning with Jake and Graham, Ghostrunners podcast.
Ghostrunners podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another Wednesday episode. You just heard a story from my father. None of our voices changed. We got the dads on this episode.
Yeah, we do, baby.
Dave/Dean.
Hello.
Yes.
Steve/Stinky.
Stinky Steve.
Both their nicknames.
Stinky Steve and Dino Dave.
Right.
Yeah, they're with us. So thanks for being here. It's a Saturday night in the studio. We got a full house. Rachel's mama's in town. My sister's here. Her fiance's here.
Your mom.
My mama's here.
Nice.
Catherine's across the street.
Catherine and the kids are sleeping across the street. Yeah.
And this is going to be a fun episode, but it's a Wednesday. We got to start off with our wins of the week.
Wins of the week.
Brad, do you want to start us off with yours?
Sure. Yeah, I talked about it on Monday when I went to Austin, Texas. It was a great time. And my win of the week is it's not like a solidified, like this is one situation, one thing that happened. My win of the week is like introducing friends of mine to inside jokes that I have and they enjoy them. So like so TJ is the friend that I'm talking about that he has similar humor to us. Jake and I both know him. He loves Jake. And so there's a few times where I'll like say a phrase, like I'll say like, hey, or, that one, what was another one? What's the one that we say on the podcast a lot? Or no, not that. You don't think. Jake and I always will do like these silly, like, whoa, when the water's not working.
When we're watching the Chiefs game, Brad is big on you don't think they'll throw an interception here, do you? This pivotal moment.
Like, you don't think the Bengals are just going to nail Patrick Mahomes after he's like 5 yards out of bounds and we'll win the game on a hit right now,
Exactly.
And so the first like 3 times I did it, they were like, I don't get why this is funny. And by the end of the trip, win of the week, they thought it was really funny. We were all doing it together.
You wore them down.
Yeah. And there were multiple inside jokes like that we had. And inside jokes in general are just a win because I think it just solidifies friendships and it's really, really fun. So my win of the week is whatever that is. That however you want to word that. But yes, just jokes with friends that go over well. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you got for us? What's your win of the week?
Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Dave's excited to be here. I think he's got,
exactly.
It's just interesting, doing a podcast and just not knowing exactly how to work it. But you're going to do great, Dave.
Right.
I always refer to him as Dave,
There you go.
and I always make sure he doesn't say any words. I'm just going to talk.
I like to watch that Dean video every once in a while. It's kind of fun. I had both of my grandkids over the other day, and Hattie and Bo were over the other day, and they stayed overnight. And the next morning, I had to go somewhere. I had to leave, and when
he's being humble. He's like going and like teaching like inmates about Like you're like teaching a class to inmates.
Yeah, teaching a class over.
Yeah, no
in-
big deal.
I had to go run an errand.
Over,
Yeah, you know, just do this
run
thing.
an errand.
I knew Dave was going to make me look so bad. I told Trish, I don't know if there's a nicer man in the world. I'm going to look terrible. Go on, Dave.
I wasn't going to say anything until Brad told me to say.
How
I was
many
just
inmates
I
did
just
you
going
lead
somewhere.
I was just saying I'm going somewhere.
Filling up for gas. Or,
Yeah, going
How
down a
many
quick trip.
inmates did you lead to the Lord this year?
Yeah. So anyway, I was leaving, so I said goodbye to everybody. But my wife was basically she was on the pot, and she was in the bathroom, and I said goodbye to Georgia, and she goes goodbye, Dave. And then
from
Miss
far away.
Hattie was in the back room reading books like she always does. I said goodbye, Hattie. She goes goodbye, and then Mr. Bo was in the living room just playing with toys, and I said goodbye to Bo. He said bye, Grandpa. So I'm leaving, and I opened the garage door, and I'm heading out. And I see the door open right off of our kitchen to come into the garage. And I go, yeah, it's my wife. She got to tell me something before I leave.
Yeah.
And as soon as the door opened, there's that little Bo, 2 years old, coming out all by himself and just put the little wave on me when I was heading out of there. And I'll tell you what, it melted my heart, man. It was, I mean, 2 years old. And he just kind of stood there, and I just stood there and I honked at him. I headed out.
His little chubby hand.
That made my week. Really.
Oh, yeah.
He knew you were going to see inmates. He was a little worried about
I guess
it.
he was, yeah.
This could be the last
This
time I
might be
see-
the last time.
Yeah, he knew there's an inmate named Bo over there. So anyway, so that's my win of the week. Yeah,
Cool.
It's good. Yeah,
That's
Good.
fun.
Maybe my win of the week should have been my grandkids or my kids getting to go hang out with you guys and you guys saying yes. So
yeah.
thanks for that. Because Catherine was home alone and you guys were like, hey, we'll watch the kids.
Watch the
some night.
kids. We
Take them to
enjoy
gymnastics.
watching Brad and Hattie and the kids. They're really
Oh,
good.
and Hattie.
A lot of fun.
And me sometimes. You watch me.
Yeah. Sometimes yeah.
You got one, Stinky?
Stinky.
I wish I had a grandkid story.
Do you though? Do you right now? You
I
wish that?
don't
Maybe
yet.
about
so-
8 months from now.
Yeah. So, having nothing, no grandkid story. My win of the week, I can't believe I'm stumped on the very first question out of the gate. And it's very selfish, but so with the 2 weddings this year, Trish and I have absolutely no money left. And so we talked earlier in the year, all right, no vacation.
Yeah.
We were actually planning one here a few months ago. We were eating dinner one night. We said, you know what, maybe we could squeeze a cruise in this summer. And we're eating dinner and phone rings. And it's Jake. Sweet, Jake's calling. Put him on speakerphone. Hey, what's going on? He goes, hey, I thought I'd tell you I bought Rachel a ring today. And I go, are you and Kate having a contest? And so, I mean, we thought we put the cruises away and said, all right, no vacation this year. But last week,
vacation to Iowa.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you don't have to Iowa for that.
No, last Saturday night I won a trip. So
wow.
the week
Nice.
after Jake's bachelor party, 2 weeks after, Trish and I are going back to Scottsdale, Arizona for
Okay.
a few days. So
Nice.
that's
great.
so we get a little time away. So I'm glad.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, Trish is
Yeah.
stressed out and she's got a lot on her plate,
Yeah.
or she thinks she does. I mean, you know, she's being a very good mom or future mother-in-law, not to try to plan, but she wants to plan.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that
what's
she
going to
can
be great for her is a nice just golf trip to Phoenix. That's going to take her mind off of
Exactly.
everything. That's just what she needs.
They have a
Right.
spa there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm golfing, she's doing the spa thing.
They're
Yeah.
smart
Shopping.
about that.
Yeah,
they know how to like. Okay, with the golf, there's also a spa, so everyone can
Yeah.
be happy at once.
So
yeah.
anyway, I'm happy I get to take Trish for a few days. Just
Was that
have
through
some fun.
work?
Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah, so it's
Congratulations.
nice.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No inmates, but still.
No inmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure
I
you're gonna
can
do
get you-
some charity work.
Yeah. All the range workers. We're
Yeah,
gonna,
right.
you know,
Talk to
have
the
a
That's right.
vacation
guys.
Bible school.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Help them with home
Hand out
projects.
tracks at each hole.
In
Yeah,
the clubhouse. That's good.
yeah, that's great.
My one of the week, super short, super simple. But when the Oregon boys were here, I paid for something for all them. I was like, yeah, you guys each just Venmo me $30. Christian goes, off script and Cash Apps me $30.
Okay.
So now I got to
Cash Apps.
re-download Cash App. Which, by the way, my dad just downloaded Venmo for the first time this week.
Oh, yeah.
So very
Yeah.
exciting. That's the win of the week. You figured out Venmo.
It took me longer than a week.
Is that
This
Cash
is the
App?
week
Is
I
that
completed.
another app?
Yeah, explain Cash App.
I don't
to Dad.
even know what that is.
Cash App. So I was gonna try to make something up, but
Yeah.
no, it's just like a mobile payments platform like,
It's like
PayPal,
PayPal.
or
Oh,
something.
PayPal. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's just like Venmo's slightly more popular, I would say. And so
Yeah.
I have to go download Cash App just to get $30. I'm like, oh, Christian, I said Venmo. He's asking, what's your Cash App name? I'm like, I don't even know my Cash App. And I get into Cash App and there's $500 in my account. It had been there for 2 years and I had no
Oh,
idea.
my.
From who?
From Isaac. Paid me rent from like our Merriam house in 2021.
Really?
go.
I had no idea. I don't use this app. Nothing.
That's like the new age version of finding $20 in your coat.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to happen, because no one's using cash anymore. But you're going to find it on a random account that you didn't even know people sent you money on.
Interesting.
I think Christian ought to get a finder's fee.
Yeah.
Really.
Got a little money coming back to you, buddy.
Yeah, he probably should.
That's a great point.
Anyway, that was just a fun little thing. So that's our win of the week. Let's get into a segment we're bringing back. People have missed it, and I think it'd be fun to do with our dads. We're bringing back s'mores.
Let's
So our s'mores for this week, the category is most recognizable songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who, like, was this you and me that came up with this idea? Or
No, this is Steve Areno triplet came up with this.
Stink Town over there.
Yeah, Stink Town. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. We've never done that. I don't think we've done like best songs, or we did something similar, but not by their like recognizability.
So are you saying like most recognizable song, like the first 10 seconds it's played, everybody like goes, oh, I know that song.
You tell us. This is your idea.
But when I told that to Jake, I'm always giving him a lot of ideas. He's never asked for one.
Right.
But I gave him a lot of pointers, but I was thinking you two.
So
because I thought, well, that would be a fun one. But now that I'm in on it, I'm nervous. I'm going to get destroyed.
Right. No.
I know. I do not know music.
Well, let's decide right now.
I just put recognizable songs, period.
Period.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of by like you hear
I
the
don't have
tune
to
and you're like, I know what that song. I recognize that song.
If you recognize it first 10 seconds, but you don't recognize it, in the second minute, then it's not a recognizable song.
All right.
Like it needs. You walk into a random Applebee's, it could be playing any part of that song. I recognize that.
You walk in the Applebee's and Scott's the hostess.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we did that before we started recording. Dang it.
Oh.
That was a joke before
Cut
we
that
started
out.
recording.
Yeah, cut that out.
Well, that was just for us. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyone have any preference? Anyone feel like going first? Anyone motivated?
Brad, you name the order.
Okay. Ooh, it's different with 4 people. That's a little bit more of a
You gotta
tricky
wait a
one
while.
because it's a snake. I think I'm just gonna go right down the line here. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
We go Dave Dean, Stinky Steve,
Even though
Jovial
it was
Jake.
my idea. Going third.
Yeah, it was your idea to make me pick the order.
Can we explain why I'm Stinky Steve? It's starting to hit a little
I'm not
close
sure if
to
I know
home.
this
I thought we were
story.
going to say it one
Okay.
time and just move on.
I know the Dean deal, but what's the stinky?
I don't
deal?
There's no connection. There's
Okay,
nothing.
so the way I remember
I don't even know why I said it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
No, he thinks there's like a story now. Yeah, tell us the story.
I appreciate Diarrhea Jake. Everybody called him Diarrhea Jake. No, so the best I remember, Coach Fulbright, my brother-in-law, which Coach,
Coach Brad and Scott.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were living in Kansas City, and I came up to spend a few days with them. And John David, their oldest boy, we were playing wiffle ball or something in the backyard.
Ghostrunner on second.
Yeah, Ghostrunner on second.
Right.
And I had to go to the bathroom. And so I ran in to go to the bathroom, and some little girl came over and said, "Hey, are we going to play?" And he goes, "Yeah, my uncle had to go to the bathroom. I wouldn't go in there. It probably stinks."
Oh,
And so
okay.
the next day she came over. She goes, "Hey, can Stinky Steve play?"
I
And
see.
so-
So this is actually
Interesting.
not an original nickname.
So it's
Yeah.
it stuck a little longer than I thought.
Yeah.
Have you heard any of that before?
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
I said, I don't know why I said that like in this context. Like, I don't know why I brought that up. It's more
Oh,
like within
okay.
our family, that might be like a term. Uncle
Well,
Stinky.
I mean, better S word. Studious, spectacular,
Yeah, none of them's going to work. So.
Studley.
Mhm.
Studley,
I like
Studley
that.
Steve.
Yeah.
We'll go Studley Steve. So, okay, I don't
All right,
know.
start us off, Bradley.
This is a category of songs. It's not. That's all I'm gonna say is it's songs. I don't want to get
Already
too,
having to justify the first pick. Interesting.
Well,
look.
because I don't want you guys to be like, oh, come on, what? That's not whatever.
Okay,
My
well, if
first
we're going
pick-
cheesy, I've got some cheesy.
No,
ones,
no,
too.
man, I don't know. what my
This
first-
is going to be cheesy.
I have two that
can
I
tell.
really like. I'm gonna go with my first pick being the national anthem.
Dang it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And see, that's cheesy. That's a cheesy
That took
pick.
care of
I
mine.
think it's
So
one of
who
those.
recorded that? Who's the recording
Exactly.
artist?
That's what.
Yeah.
But is it a song? Is it a song?
We need the recording artist and
No,
the song.
that's why I prefaced. Do you
Right.
understand? Anybody back me up on this?
What are you saying?
Just like it's a song. It doesn't have to be like, oh, the song by the Bee Gees.
Okay.
It's just the national anthem.
Don't vote for Brad.
Like sing the national anthem. Oh, it's like, can you see? By the dawn's early light.
Okay.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I didn't
What?
recognize that version.
I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with that song.
Yeah, can you do
All
that?
right,
Sing
go
that
ahead.
for us, friend?
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Like
that's the other thing.
a song cannot be repeated, is what you're saying.
Well, no, sorry. I didn't.
No, I agree with that.
But my thought is like like a few of my songs on my list are recognizable songs, but they're not necessarily like obviously sung by Whitney Houston. It's like, no, just a song that everyone knows.
Right.
That's all I'll say.
I don't.
It
Now I
was
thought
number
I
two.
was on board, and now I'm
I'll
kinda
explain it later in another pick when you're like,
It was
well,
actually number 2 on my list.
okay, great minds think alike. Okay, so Dad, I'm gonna write these down.
Okay. I think probably most of us, and I kind of broke it up into age groups because I think that's where I'll get my votes.
Sure.
But
Broke
this
it
might
up.
be for more of the older people, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Okay. Not my first pick.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Number 1 song of all
Number
time in
one-
movies.
number one-
Number 1 movie
1931.
song. Check it out.
Number 1 movie song. Yeah. Fun fact, Dad, back in the day, you had that list of top 100 movies, and you watched them all.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Right.
good for you.
I remember watching a few of them with them. And there was like some weird ones on
Some
there.
really strange ones.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
one that was like a Charlie Chaplin like
Yeah.
silent film and
Yeah.
stuff.
2001 Space Odyssey, kind of a weird one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I mean, hey,
I'm getting the older folks on that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot of older folks that listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot of people's first song they ever learn on
Just
the
in case.
ukulele. So it's very
Right.
popular in the ukulele world.
Yeah, sure.
Just trying to help you out.
The ukulele, they did bring it back. That guy that sung it on the ukulele,
Yeah,
Israel Kamakalaka Loa,
Yeah. It's good.
whatever.
that's him.
it's like
My
K
favorite.
and then like 20
Kamikaze.
letters. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway,
Love that guy. All right, what's yours?
Well, I forgot my win of the week. I learned how to do notes on my phone. That should have been
Hey.
a big
Big moment
one.
notes.
Yeah,
That's
big
right. Yeah, mine
moment.
too.
can't wait to teach you about.
All right, so if we're going
what-
cheesy,
Evernote, no.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
I'm going happy birthday.
Dang it, that was gonna be I have it highlighted
Okay.
at the top.
So that was
I was
what
gonna be happy. Stop
I
looking.
was trying to use that as my example, but I didn't want to give it away because if it came back to me, that's what I was going to
Happy
also say.
birthday.
But yeah, happy birthday. Who sings happy birthday? No one knows, but everyone knows the song. That was all I was
Right.
trying to say.
I was going to go legitimate until you started out cheating. So now,
Yeah.
if you're cheating, I'm cheating.
That is a legitimate song. That is a legitimate song.
No, it's not. But I'm going number one. Number one, happy birthday.
Yeah, that was gonna be.
Yeah, I'll follow that one up.
And that was gonna be my pick if it was still there.
Pick something else from
I will
Wizard
go.
of Oz.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somewhere over the
If I
rainbow.
only had a brain.
All right. Somewhere. Come on.
Similar to that song, I'm gonna go the ABCs
Oh,
song.
okay.
I mean, from
those
0
are
years
kind
old
of
to 100 years old.
Jackson 5 version.
Oh yeah, that's a good point of clarification. No, the same melody as "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." That version. Also, fun
Everyone
fact.
knows Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Just kidding.
All right.
That's true.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to choose the ABCs. Everybody knows it. I don't need to justify it. And it's second. I want to go a real song.
I was going to say, let's go
Are we
next
going?
round. It's got to be legitimate
Are we-
songs.
We're going back this way.
Yeah, Snake
Yeah.
Draft. So
Gotcha.
it's mine again. I think I'm going to go with the Circle of Life song. Just that
The circle of
that
life.
scream at the beginning that you hear. I
True.
think everyone knows
What other
it.
song starts out with that?
I mean, it's so unique. Everyone loves parodying
Let's
it.
hear it.
Well, why don't I just spell it? N-A-U-H-H-H-U-U-U. No, that's not how it's spelled.
Is it with an N? I've
No,
always done it with a Y. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking nah.
Nah.
Maybe it is an N.
Yeah.
Let's do it both at the same time and let's see who sounds better, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Can't even tell the difference.
Yeah,
Sounds the
it's
same.
hard.
That's probably how they did it in the studio. One was Y, one was N.
Circle of
It's
life.
like a
Dad's trying to figure out what song that is.
Oh yeah. No,
My dad's not like a big
the
music
Lion
buff.
King. I watched it.
Okay,
Come on.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Top 100 movies.
Anyway, all right, those are my two picks. ABC, Circle Life.
I'm going to steal one of Brad's.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Little Leonard Skinnerd,
Oh.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, that's a good answer.
I think everybody know. I mean, I was going to play it, but I really don't know how, and you'd have to listen to my YouTube ads for the first 30 seconds. But
Great
I
song.
was just going to play it just to prove my point.
Great
Yeah,
song.
that's-
Great
that's a
song.
good
Maybe my
answer.
favorite song of all time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you know as soon as it comes on,
Right.
that first lick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I get excited just thinking about
Every
that
time
song.
I hear it, I think of that and Happy Birthday. And that's
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Rockers and the Chiefs on this one. Start Me Up by Rolling Stones.
Okay.
What do you think, huh?
That's a good one.
Da-da-da.
There you go,
All
man.
right, start me up,
Start Me
eh?
Up.
That's a big
That's
one
more for the
cheese.
rocker folks there.
The rockers. So if anybody out there is a rocker,
You're a rocker.
you got to vote for that song.
All
You
right.
identify as rocker.
All right.
Yeah.
I am going to go with the most popular, in my opinion, the most popular Christian hymn of all time, Amazing Grace.
Okay. I thought we said this round we were going legitimate song.
Is that not a legitimate song to you?
Well, who recorded it?
Probably
If you can
that,
tell me who
that
wrote
band
it.
that
If you can tell me
were
who wrote it.
Oh, I don't know who wrote it. I should know who wrote it. Francis Scott Key wrote
Scott
it.
Key.
I think Francis Scott Key wrote both those. He was on
Right.
a roll for a while. It was either Francis Scott Key or Kurt Cobain.
Natasha Betty?
Maybe it was Benny.
Hey, no.
Maybe it was Benny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Brad. And then
That's a good pick.
okay, Steve's making me feel like I really got to go with something legit here. I'm gonna go.
Sweet Home Alabama's already taken.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I'm gonna go with the song "Shout."
Oh.
Hey!
Isley Brothers.
I mean,
You're right. The very beginning.
That's only for weddings, isn't it?
That's only for weddings.
You're talking about the old song, right? Like
you
the
know,
Isley
you make
Brothers?
me
Yeah.
wanna shout. Turn.
Yeah.
He does have
That's the only
a
time I ever.
good
That's the only
song.
time I ever hear it during weddings.
But you recognize it.
I
It's not.
do.
It's not
As
how
long as
often you
as
hear
long as I
this.
go to weddings.
Is the s'mores topic most recognizable outside of a wedding?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. Is that what you heard?
Yeah, exactly.
Not exactly.
All right.
All right, Dad. Who's this for? First of all,
This is for the Christians.
I love the categories.
This is for all you candle lighters. Silent Night.
oh, okay.
I forgot about Christmas.
Yeah, that I
For
did
those who
too.
celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Next genre.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, Silent Night.
Silent Night's a good
Silent
one.
Night, you know, you light the candles and do it.
Light the candles and do it.
You know, light the candles and do that there. Merry Christmas.
That's right. Pass the candles down.
Good answer. Good answer.
That's good. Yeah, good answer.
Man, I've got about 60 on here. None of them are looking good right
60.
now. I mean, every one of them.
spend your
I go,
whole lunch
that's
hour
not
doing
good. The whole way up.
3 hour
The whole
drive
way
up
up
here.
Yeah, we
What
had
do you
a
want to talk
blast.
about? My songs.
We listened to some great music though. It was an awesome trip up. So
I mean, imagine the first day you figured out notes. You also have to write a list of songs. Of course, you're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't run out.
Wait, does this thing have like an end page? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
you can
telling
do- you
Trish,
can-
give me more. Give me more.
Right.
Okay, I do not like this song at all. We're going back to the 70s, but I'm
sounds
going Village People, YMCA.
Oh, great
YMCA.
song.
Terrible song. But
Yeah,
it is
another
popular.
wedding song.
I'm starting to think that they play popular songs at weddings.
I can't wait. I'm going to wait for your wedding coming up, Jake. YMCA and shout.
Yeah, Dad's gonna be like, "You guys have like Somewhere Over the Rainbow in there in the
Yeah,
Rolodex
you never
somewhere?"
know. Somewhere. That's a nice song to dance to. Slow time.
Good answer, Steve. Good answer.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, round your list off here.
I wanted 2 of my potential ones. You hear at weddings. It's not going to make Dave happy if I say this, so I'm kind of
Do
nervous.
it. Go for the weddings. Butterfly kisses.
As time goes by.
Man, I have so many that I like in here. I'm going to go with Dave style for the millennials
Okay.
out there. Party in the USA. That one has a very recognizable opening to it.
Okay.
Brad, do it with your mouth. Yeah, but it sounds more like a guitar and less like a
Do you
mouth.
know
All right.
that song?
I know the end of it.
I don't even know.
I know the
Sing
last
the end
5
of it,
seconds.
Dad. I know that.
That's all I know.
USA.
Hey, that's all I know.
I
Yeah,
love
That's
that.
so
Good.
funny to think
I'm
like,
glad
I know
we
the
just-
end of that song.
I'm glad-
But
I'm
how
glad-
does it start?
I'm glad we just took Jake out of the competition.
That was a
That's
Scott
good. That was
Peck.
good. Now
Scotty
we're down
Peck
No, that was
pick.
a- I
now we're
love-
down to 3.
Yeah.
I love that song.
All right, we know we're in the top 3, Dave.
Right?
Jake,
So is this my last pick?
Oh,
Jake has one
I got
more.
one more.
Jake has
But
one
yes.
more, and then you'll have one
Oh,
more.
we have
Then your last
5.
pick.
I've got 37
total.
more.
I'm going to go with this one for maybe Gen X,
Gen X.
by generation here. I'm going to go with Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Billie
Okay.
Jean,
That one also
yeah.
starts off very recognizable. Brad, do it with your mouth.
Makes me want to moonwalk.
Yeah.
First time we ever saw a moonwalk was that song.
Right.
Oh, you like that part first. Well, I was doing Smooth Criminal. What song was I doing?
No, you did Billie Jean. You just did the chorus.
Is it?
That's what it goes.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
And wanted it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I left out some of my more
No,
creative.
that's beat
picks.
it. That's beat it. I was doing beat it.
Da-da-da-da. You were doing it, beat it.
Yeah. Okay.
We got to the bottom of it. Anyway,
Really
the
recognizable.
beginning of Billie Jean.
So
is-
recognizable that it's like, yeah.
It's that one, okay? The beginning of it, you know. But you do hear it at weddings, so I will get docked points for that. All right. What's yours?
Gone it. This is
It's
so
hard to
much
pick, yeah,
harder
'cause
than I
It's hard to
thought.
pick when you have a word bank of 80 on there.
And you
I know, and they're all good.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, my honorable mention is going to take me about 11 minutes. To get
Yeah.
down. Let's see.
it's hard to pick. I get it.
I've got it narrowed down between two.
Don't do the one that gets played at weddings.
I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm going to go. This one is for all the left-handed people out there. They really
There
like
you go,
this one.
Brad. Oh, Brad
No,
likes it.
you know what? I'm going to skip the one I really like, and I'm going to go with this just because I like it. Aretha Franklin, Respect.
Ooh, yeah, good start. Good start. Recognizable.
Yeah.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
What you want?
I've got everybody singing.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Number one.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's another one. Great wedding. I could see you getting down on the dance floor at the wedding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
R-E-S-P-C-T. All right, Dad. Round up your.
Okay,
round
I'm
off.
going for you all country types now
Oh,
because I know some of you are out there.
Forgot about country.
Jolene by Dolly Parton.
Oh,
I had a
wow.
Dolly Parton on mine too, but I was afraid I'd get made fun
I'm
of.
going to throw her out there along with the Silent Night and Somewhere Over the Rainbow
Got the
and Start Me
Christian-
Up. Come
yeah,
on,
Christian
there's
Christmas
I had
people.
4 different areas there.
That's good.
Good.
Okay, Dad. Very good.
Diverse.
Jake, how well do you know that song?
I like it.
Do
I
you?
like the Miley Cyrus Dolly Parton version.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like I was late to that song. Like I know it, but I don't think I know it until like 5 years ago.
Ah,
Maybe because of Miley.
Yeah.
mhm.
Miley Cyrus sings "Party in the USA."
You know, the end of
You
the
know,
song or the
you know exactly the end of
USA.
okay, my last song is going to be. I'll just sing it. Just a small town girl.
Oh, Back in Black, AC/DC.
Mhm.
Yes. Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
That was my
That's a-
second one. That was one I
That's a great
chose.
song.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
like it.
you're. I love when people are like, "Dude, I wanted that pick, but I didn't do it." That's what
No, if
Scott
I
will always
wanted
do.
to
and
pick,
it
I
always
would have
makes
taken it. I'm saying I
Yeah.
passed on
Well, that
that
was
for
your
Aretha.
top
But
honorable
no,
mention.
that is a very recognized. That is
Oh,
that's a great
There-
number 4.
For the Chiefs parade, I chickened out, but I thought, like, what would happen if I just stood
Oh, that's right.
on, like at this like on the sidewalk and just started singing that song by
Just like a
myself?
sing-along song.
And like, yeah, because like that's a song that everyone. That literally what I was trying to think of was like,
Because I think
what's a
I
song that everyone
suggested
knows?
Don't Stop Believing.
And I was like, yeah, what if I just sang that and just see if everyone starts singing it? Like, and if not, then it's just a great blooper of like no one's singing it with me. Didn't do it, but maybe next time.
Next time.
So
Yeah.
all right. Well, let me read off what we have so far. You're welcome to tell us our honorable mentions. Maybe we do a Patreon episode with honorable mentions for Steve. It's gonna be so long. Okay, so Brad has the national anthem, Amazing Grace, Shout, and Don't Stop Believing. Dave has Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Come on.
Start Me Up for the rockers out there. Silent Night and Jolene. Steve has Happy Birthday, Sweet Home Alabama, YMCA, Respect. Jake has the ABCs or the alphabet, whatever. Circle of Life, Party in the USA, Billie Jean. Good.
Feel good about it.
Solid list, guys.
Yeah.
Some of the ones I wanted to pick, but it felt too risky. The March Madness theme song.
Oh, that's
my
perfect.
gosh. Great
Wow.
answer.
Wow.
Just any sports theme song.
I know. I
one
was
of
like,
the
well,
top
should I just do
10.
all the theme songs? But then I also had the Pink Panther theme song.
Oh,
That was
great.
very recognizable.
Great.
And then the last theme song I thought it was James Bond. Also starts
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
where you
yeah.
just know, like, oh, instantly, that's James Bond.
Yeah.
Ba-na, ba-na-na, you know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
What about like Jaws? The Jaws? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
That's
if that's a
great-
song. What
Yeah.
constitutes a song? You know?
Most recognizable noises.
Yeah, two notes.
Jaws, whoopee cushion.
That March Madness is one of my favorite too.
I know. I probably should
when I
have
hear
chose that.
song, I
instead of
go,
Michael Jackson.
yeah, it's great.
That
Anyone else
will,
have any
like,
like creative honorable mentions.
I had Brad Ellis Ghostrunners theme song.
Oh,
And I knew if I would have said it, I would have got all the votes. But I thought, you know what? I already
panda
picked the
pig.
cheesy happy birthday, so I can't.
It's that little
Yeah.
Miss Hattie at the end, isn't it?
Oh
yeah.
man.
I
love
laugh
that.
every time I hear that.
It-
Every
it-
time I hear it,
yeah.
I laugh.
Yeah,
It's
like
a great
yeah.
theme song.
it's
So,
just
Miss
it says
Hattie.
every Monday morning, but I don't really want to change it because I
Oh,
know
no,
we'd
I
screw
think-
it up if I tried.
I think you'd get crucified by your audience if you took her.
So cute.
But I would love to have you need to add Bo in there too
Yeah,
before he can get speaking real well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
the favorite part. But no, that Hattie,
So cute.
That's awesome.
that's good.
You know, I was at the KU game today, and Brad's been to the KU game, and they play songs, and the students
Oh,
sing
Dad.
along to the songs.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of them, but one of the ones that's really favorite is "Sweet Caroline" by Neil
I
Diamond.
had that one on
yeah.
And
there.
they sing, the students sing that, and they love doing the ba ba ba.
Yeah, that's good.
Sweet Caroline.
You know what my dad's favorite song of the KU game is?
The Wolf of Wall Street song.
Have you
It's
heard that, like
great.
the techno version of that? It's
It
called the
is.
No,
Hum.
I've not.
Oh, so they play it after the 4-minute timeout at the second half. So like when like the game is like on the line basically,
Awesome.
and it just gets the crowd going, and like the student section's going crazy, but more importantly, Dave Ellis is going
I
crazy.
know, okay. And they bring the flag down over the students, the KU flag over at the
It's
same
so
time.
awesome.
They
Like
do
this
it every home
massive
game?
Every
flag.
home game.
Yeah,
That is
Oh.
fun.
He knows when it's
it's
coming.
not quite as good as when they're losing at that time, but
but if it's like a tie game and they play that song,
it gets
it's
the
all-
crowd going.
Would you say when that comes on, are you buzzing?
I am very much buzzing.
And are
That's
you
a
buzzing
great-
right now?
I've always buzzing.
Why are you
Always.
buzzing right now?
Because of Main Street Roasters sponsoring our podcast for the 8,000th straight week, probably.
That's right. That's not hyperbole. If you haven't noticed, you just haven't paid enough attention. Yeah, Main Street Roasters once again wants to sponsor another episode with us, so we really appreciate that. They said specifically it was in the contract. They're like, hey, we need to talk to people who might like country music or might like rock music, and we're like, great,
And
we
like
have an
our
episode.
kind of anti-wedding songs.
Like, great, we have an episode in mind. We can do this perfectly. But no, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about Main Street Roasters, and you haven't quite pulled the trig yet. I think this is the week, Brad.
It's time to pee the tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pour the
P the T.
Pour the trivet.
pour the
The
trivet, pull the trigger.
I don't think trivet is the thing that you should pour, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also purchase the
Purchase the thing.
purchase the thing.
Purchase the thing.
Which is Main Street Roasters.
There are a lot of different things on their website.
Yeah,
Rather
purchase
than me,
one
coffee,
of them.
mugs. I mean, even if you're like, I'm a water person, I'm trying to get off of, the other drinks. That's fine.
Get a Main Street Roasters
Have
mug.
you ever drank out of a Main Street mug? An M squared
P the T.
plus
And
plus
coffee's
one?
mostly water anyway. You're not drinking your water.
That's right.
Yeah,
A
so
little darker.
yeah, if you like dark water,
Dark
that
water.
smells great.
Mhm.
No, MainStreetRoasters.com is where you can find them. You can get 10% off using code GRKC. So get yourself a little discount. And yeah, they're awesome. I mean, we talk about them every week. They're so great. They're a family-oriented company, promotes and supports Christian values, small town Indiana. They roast their own beans.
And they roast them in
Right.
like small quantities, which I think is really cool because that means it's like high quality. Small quantity, high quality. That's what I've always said about Alice Custom Creations. That's why I don't have like 1,000 more sales than I do. It's just because I want to keep it quality.
Sounds
So
like a great company.
And last week we talked about, that's right, Dave, it is a great company.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about George Ann
Yeah.
Ellis,
My-
and she was
my
fan of
wife,
the K-Cups. And then other
she-
people were talking on the Facebook group. They're like, actually, this is so rare
Yeah.
that a company this small who roast their own beans would still provide K-Cups.
Yes.
So
And I will say, for the price, the quality is incredible. Like it is really like it is a very good price for how good it is.
Yeah.
Dad, would you mind? I know I put on a spot here, but would you mind talking about the differences you've seen in your wife since she's gotten Main Street Roasters coffee?
Well, I can tell you when that box came in, when it came in, it was like a birthday party.
Hey, happy
You know,
birthday.
she
Good
opened
song.
that thing and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
pulled those babies out, and she
Yeah.
was happy, and
Yeah.
she made me happy. And
So would you
know,
say
it's
your
gonna-
wife is just ultimately happier because of Main Street Roasters?
for sure?
For sure.
She'll
And for the-
definitely order again.
for the
sure.
people wondering, well, is this why maybe she was on the pot in that story earlier? No, it's unrelated, disconnected.
Pretty much,
Right.
yeah.
Just
All
coincidence.
the opposite, actually. Like
Right.
this will make
Yeah.
you just so much healthier in all ways.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
oh man.
Anyway, so yeah, go check them out and
MainStreetRoasters.com,
support them, support us.
promo code GRKC,
P the T.
P the T, Buzz for beans, B for bees. Thanks.
That's it. Okay, now we're going to get on to this doesn't really have a name, but just basically, I put a little Facebook post up asking, hey, what do you guys want to, let's, optimize this time we have with the dads. What do you guys want to know? What do you want to hear about? And you guys just came through like you always do with plenty of questions and conversation topics. So thank you for sending those in. Where is the, here's just kind of first easy question. Comes from Josh. What career options would you have thought your sons would have chosen? Basically, we're doing what we're doing now, but what would you have thought? Let's say we're 18 years old and we're in high school.
Yeah.
What would you have thought we were going to end up doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not this.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
How do you
around,
try to?
so
First of all, how do you try to succinctly say like, what does your son do for a living? You're like,
well, the good thing is being from a small town, everybody knows what Jake does for a living. I mean, they're always coming up to me, and I was at basketball game quite a bit this week with district ball going on, and they're all just coming up and I saw Jake and Brad, and so now you're popular. And
good.
But I always thought, just from when he was young, since he had some intelligence, and when he was young, he was a little bit more argumentative, and so I really thought he'd be a lawyer.
Oh,
Because I remember when you were young, you just wouldn't let things slide. Like
was
Cody
a
Gaddis
weirdo.
would say, I read that book, and you'd correct him on everything. No, this was the book you read, and this is what happened. And we'd have to go, Jake, just let it go.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any friends if you just keep correcting them all the time. And so, I always figured you'd do something legal, or not legal. I guess this is still legal.
on the books.
I figured a lawyer or something with numbers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is probably more fun.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What do you think?
Yeah, I think back when Brad was about 17 or 18, he was actually in a special program over at Olathe South, the people who wanted to go into business. And so Brad was in this special program.
That's what they
and
told
he
Brad.
worked as a
God bless him.
he worked as a teller. He worked for this weird girl and lady in her
that
house,
lady
whatever.
was-
Anyway, but
I should
you
try to
still-
Talk about the weird girl. Let's hear
Yeah,
it.
you talk, Brad. You talk about her.
I
'cause
should
she
try
was-
to remember more. Like I've kind of like blocked that experience out of my life. It was that lady was so weird.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet her or anything?
No.
Like, so yeah, she's like this woman. I mean, she was probably in her late 50s, 60s, like really old. And like,
Thank you.
no, but she had this business, and honestly, she was so bad at like her job, or so I didn't even understand what she did. I worked there for like 6 months as an intern, and I still didn't really. I couldn't tell you what she did, like what she wanted from me.
Mm-hmm.
She was just so odd, and she was like,
You're there to learn about business. And you're like, I don't even know what a business is.
Yeah.
I can't even see what the business
This
is.
was all part of the program.
yeah, this is all the experience.
You're gonna have
It's like
a weird girl. And you're gonna bank
teaching them
teller.
how to like not act, basically. I mean, like,
Yeah.
she was very odd. Her husband was like a biker, and so always was wearing like a leather jacket.
Not a bicyclist.
No, not a cyclist biker. Like he came, his name was Tony. He always had like a bandana, like not a do-rag, but like one of the ones that goes over the whole head. He came in with like all this Sturgis stuff, and she had a little bit of a Southern accent. She'd always be like, "Hey, Tony," and she just worked at home, and it just worked in like this like weird little like offset thing right by the front door, and so it was just me and her, and she didn't have shoes on. It was just like a lot of odd things. And then at the very end of it, I was like, "Do you mind writing me a reference letter?" And she wrote me a reference letter, and I swear it was like 6 pages. It was a reference letter is usually like, "I think Brad's great. He did this, this, and this for me." It's like a very short, succinct thing. This was like literally, she wrote a letter to me that was like, "You did a great job," and like wrote all this stuff. It is like the most incoherent babble of a thing. I looked her up kind of recently, and she's not still doing that business.
You still got the letter.
How's Tony doing?
Tony, I think they're still married from what I found her on Facebook.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah.
Anyway, really nice lady, paid me $12 an hour, which I thought was like insane money at the time. Actually, it really just gave me a lesson of like, hey, you can make a little bit less money doing something you enjoy, and it's way better.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
Anyway,
But if I can comment any more on that, the whole idea is, having worked with community college students forever, is the idea is that when people from 18 to 30 to 35, this is my opinion, they change all the time. And so I never got panicky if someone came into my office and with their 18-year-old and said, I don't know what my son's going to do for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Because I see you guys, I see Brad, I've seen him go into business, and, then he starts, doing stuff with woodworking. Now he's doing this. I mean, so there's all kinds of stuff. And I think my daughter did that with teaching and nursing. So it happens a lot. So people change around a lot. So but that particular time though, I thought you were going to do business. I think
Yeah.
it's at that time. So
My dad always jokingly was like, he's going to be a preacher. He's gonna
I
be
did talk about that one time. Brad might be a good preacher.
I'd be like
too.
up on stage at church, like messing around. He's like, Brad, you look pretty good up there on that stage. being a preacher."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Good.
I think you're trying to like speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give one for each of you. So Dave, you could be thinking about this story. Like, what's one story of when Brad was growing up, something that you remember laughing so hard at something that Brad did, or something he, something silly he did, some accident he had, or something like something
Sure.
you can remember that he like did
Yeah.
that really made you laugh. And then Jonah wants to hear from you about you and like some of our dogs out on the farm. They would love some.
Oh, Trish hates this part.
Yeah.
I think, tell them about each of them. Tell them they need to know about Black Dog and Lucky.
Oh, yeah. I love animals. I grew up farming for several years, and so I do love animals. Before we get to this,
Yeah, get all that out of the way first. Yeah.
Well, Trish just said, "Man, these stories make you sound terrible," and we love animals. So when we moved out to the farm, Jake was getting ready to go into 4th grade, Caitlin 1st grade. The kids were young, and decided to get a pet. And the rules were, hey, we're on a farm, pets stay outside. And that lasted for about 4 hours, and the dog stayed with us forever. But we were on land. I didn't want to build a fence, so we went through the first 5 dogs in, I don't know, a year maybe. They'd all get
dogs a
killed.
year.
They'd all get killed. And so I know one dog I took to the vet after we got from the pound, and they said, "What's this dog's name?" And I said, "Not dead yet." And they didn't think it was as funny as I did. So we bought probably around dog number 5. I didn't know exactly what I was buying, but I ended up buying a blue tick hound. And so we was trying to train him to stay in.
And we named him Lucky. Figured that could help.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Without the other dog.
Lucky,
dog.
So, but the dog just, he was a good dog. We just couldn't keep him in. So we built a fence, woven wire. So woven wire is what you keep pigs in. It's not barbed wire, it's just little squares. They
That's
can't
what I
get
have on
the-
our fence.
Yeah, so they can't get
Yeah,
through it.
yeah.
He chewed through that and got out.
Chewed through metal?
Yes. Yeah. Chewed
Wow.
through the fence. And so then the next option, I think we bought the corkscrew that screws into the ground,
Okay.
and you can't pull it out. He pulled it out, tied him to the trampoline one afternoon. And when we got home, the trampoline and the dog was in the front yard. And so Dad and I, being farmers, we thought, well, we'll put electric fence up. And if you've never been hit by electric fence, I mean, it's uncomfortable. You don't want to get it. But I mean, I've been shocked several times, and, you survive. And so anyway, we got the dog. We put electric fence up. And we're like, all right, let's just let him go. We'll see what happens. Goes through it the first time, nothing. So we tested, it's working. But the dog just doesn't feel it. I don't know if his coat's too thick or not. So my dad goes, well, let's get him wet. So we poured water on the dog, let him go. He went under again, nothing. And so, yeah, I was sick of the dog. And I can't remember exactly what he did one day. I came home and he was out in the field chasing cattle. And at this point, I'm driving a 1994 Plymouth Voyager minivan.
Yeah.
I opened the gate and I'm chasing him through the field trying to kill him. I was going to run over this dog. I'm like going, I have had it with you. Couldn't catch the dog. And so finally we built a pen to hold him in. And I just felt guilty because we lived on a farm. This dog should be able to run free. And one Sunday afternoon, we got about 8 inches snow and no traffic was there. So I let the dog loose. And, Trish is like going, you cannot let him loose. And I go, Trish, there is no traffic out there.
What's
the
the
dog's
worst
going to
that
be
could
fine.
happen?
Next morning, we found him a snowplow had hit him.
Oh my god!
Like probably the only car that it went by.
Yeah, the only car that went by all that long.
And he found it. He tried to
going,
chew on
hey,
it. Yeah.
here comes a buddy. And
Yeah.
so
The
Gnaw
snowplow
through
took
that
care
wire. Why
of
can't
it.
I knock through that
Wow.
snowplow?
Now, just to back that up, though, our last dog we had, we did keep for 16 years, and then we
Yeah.
had this one for quite a while. So
Yeah. Most of
We
your
do love
dogs
our
pass
dogs,
away
so.
by getting hit. Is that how it was?
every dog we've had has gotten hit by a car.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think we had that one scooter that got some weird disease from the dirt. You remember that?
I mean, that's probably just how the vet explained it to you.
Dog sitting on a dirt anymore.
Well, I remember calling the vet going, I got away from Trish and the kids, and I called him because I went to high school with him. I called him and go, hey, Kenny, I don't mean to be cruel, but what's this dog cost to me? You know, because Kenny's taking the dog home with him, 24-hour care. And he said, he goes, well, we've got a maximum, and you hit a long time ago. So, so I said, all right. So, and it wasn't that bad. Kenny was good, but
there you go.
That's
there's
great.
my dog
Watch
story.
out
I'm
for
not
doctors.
telling about Black Dog because
Okay.
they already know I tried to run one over in the car. So.
Right. Yeah, gosh. Yeah, good.
That's great.
All right, Dave, you got an answer? What's something Brad did as a kid?
Well, one time Brad called me into his bedroom and he says, Dad, you got to come here. And he was on the top
I like
bunk
where this is going.
of the bed. He's on the top bunk. And he goes,
Yeah, you got me bunk beds, even though I
Yeah.
only slept in there by myself. That was
yeah,
really cool.
it was kind of right on the top.
Yeah.
And anyway, there was a spider right up here, right above him on the bunk bed. But he
Okay.
couldn't reach
Yeah.
it. And he says, Dad, can you hit that thing for me and get it and stuff? I said, sure. But, I had to really kind of get up there and go after it because it was kind of in the corner.
How,
And so
how
I
hard did
had-
you really try to get up there?
Yeah,
Dad?
no, I didn't get in the bed with you. Anyway, I had a magazine or something, and I just gave it a good old hit. And the next thing I know, I had no idea where that spider went. I had no idea at all where it went. And then I said, where is that? And the next thing I look, it's right there on Brad's head, right here. And you were just, you started screaming,
man.
you freaked out and all kinds of stuff. And I'm kind of slapping that thing off of your head or whatever. But that's one of the
Yeah, you
stories.
thought
that
it was
I-
pretty funny, and I did not find the
You
humor
did
in
not
it.
think it was funny at all, but that was kind of funny.
That is
for
like a
Brad.
classic. Yeah, I was like, you could have used something a little more like
How old were
more
you?
fitting to the.
He's probably
ceiling.
third or fourth grade or something like that.
He was like 17, 18.
He's 17, 18. Yeah.
love that
Just read a
bunk
book.
bed.
Just read a book to him.
It's so funny. Just the other just got done reading a Mere Christianity,
Yeah.
after the inmates, and so
Yeah.
just today we were talking about like cleaning up downstairs and like you don't want to leave food out. Like we were talking to Hattie, like because then you might have mice or cockroaches or even spiders. She's always, I'm not scared of spiders. I was like, oh, good for you. She's like, yeah, I just tell you that there's spiders and you just come and kill them. I was like, okay. So I guess I've
Yeah,
not passed on my fear to my daughter so far.
right.
I saw a question, Jake, about the random college thing, or like, can Dave see if he can have a little trivia for colleges?
Yeah,
Go ahead, throw it at me.
So I did. I want you to be the one to like. I don't have the answers. I just have the
I'll fact check.
names of the colleges here, and I just looked up random college generator. Dad likes to say it's only Division I, so I'll preface that.
Okay.
So let's just try this. Carnegie Mellon University.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Yep, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I
Okay.
concur.
This is like rapid fire. Macalester College.
Up in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, St.
Okay.
Paul, Twin Cities, though.
Okay.
That's amazing.
And these aren't Division I schools, by the way. Just want
He's
to
like,
tell
hey, I'm
you
reaching
that.
deep, by the way.
Yeah, those are good though. Those are good for me.
Coast Guard Academy.
Coast Guard Academy is in Connecticut somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it's at.
That's good. New London, Connecticut.
New London.
Connecticut.
This is
Oh,
amazing.
we've got a little Goodwill Hunting going on here. This is,
Get a chalkboard
this is
out.
good.
Okay. What about California Institute of Technology?
California Institute of Technology. That one,
He's like, they don't have a basketball team.
they
on
don't,
that.
I've never heard of it. Heard
Okay.
of them.
Do you want
I
to guess
guess
which
Los
state?
Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Pasadena.
yeah,
Okay. What
That's
about
what I thought.
Lafayette College?
it's in Eastern Pennsylvania.
Wow. I couldn't even type it. I had typed it. Yeah, you're right. There it is.
Haverford College.
Haverford College. That's another small one.
These are crazy small.
I know.
is
I just looked
Is
up.
it South
random-
Carolina?
No. Actually, also in Pennsylvania.
Haverford.
Here's a fastball for you. Well, what's it called? Just an easy one. Vanderbilt University.
In Nashville.
Here's a
Tennessee.
fastball for you.
Here's like a Randy Johnson fastball for you.
Here's one coming at your head.
Is Princeton University?
It's in Princeton, New Jersey.
Okay. Oh, Hamilton College. You ever heard of that one?
No,
Hamilton's in New York somewhere.
Clinton, New York.
no, I haven't.
University of Washington.
It's in Seattle.
All right.
Oh,
There's
We're not
also
even
there's also
checking
Washington University in St. Louis.
yeah, I
but
was going to say the St. Louis one is
University-
coming up.
University of
Sure.
Washington is in Seattle, but
Yeah, my dad's a Washington guy.
That's okay.
Washington.
Where's he?
Washington.
Where's he get that? Do you
I
say
don't know.
Washington? Warsh.
Say
Pass.
Wash.
Say
let's see.
Warsh. I'm the
Okay.
biggest tick on the show.
Cornell University,
Ithaca, New York,
That's good.
University of Virginia.
and Charlottesville.
That's
Okay.
good.
Why are you even
Okay.
checking him?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm even.
I'm gonna do one more, and if you get this one right, it's over. Swarthmore College.
Swarthmore College.
Oh wow.
Is it somewhere in Pennsylvania?
Yes, it is. That's amazing.
That is great.
Okay.
Good job, Dad. We could do
Thank
this
you.
for a long time. but-
Yeah.
The only one that I was even close on was the Cal Pet Talk.
What?
Cal Pet Talk.
Cal Poly?
The
Yeah.
California Institute
I mean,
of
I
Technology.
think I might have got the state, and that would have been as close as I got on any of them.
What about this one, Dad? Case Western Reserve University.
In Cleveland, Ohio? There-
Cleveland, Colorado. Not even like the
No,
most
it's Cleveland,
popular
Ohio.
Cleveland.
Is it?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
it's Cleveland, Colorado. I was like, that's amazing.
Good job.
Jeez.
Oh,
That is fun. I'm glad we did
I don't
that.
know how I think we all don't. I bet you do too, Steve. We all have stuff that we know that a lot of other people think.
like, how do
"Why
you know
the
that?
heck you know
I
that?
don't know.
And that's just me. You
Mm,
know?
well, that's
I
just
have
you.
a friend of mine
It's
knows.
not me, Dave. I can promise
I have
you
a
that.
friend of mine knows every Andy Griffith show by every time you start talking, he knows every one of the shows.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
So
I
some
could
people,
probably.
we probably all have something like that.
You're good at colors. Coca-Cola.
Primary color.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm good at.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got your red, brown, purple, and
Yeah.
lavender.
You're good at those.
Primary. Got it. Nailed it.
So when you say colors, though, you mean like you say something and he knows the
Like
color?
like for instance, let's say
Like, hey,
second.
Steve, what's that? What's the color? What is that? What was like the main color on that can?
I'm going to call that yellow.
See,
Oh gosh.
See that?
Wow, that is really good because I saw red.
he's different. Okay, here's a fun one. Easy. Andy with an I. Lady Andy says, go-to gas station snacks.
Oh, every morning. Every morning, the little orange crackers with the peanut butter in between.
Oh,
them.
really?
I know you
Yeah.
ate those. I ate those all the
Yeah,
time.
eat them every morning.
It's fascinating that could be passed down. Like, is that somewhere in our genetic code?
I don't know. I get them every morning. And
Yeah, I
unless
love those.
Now, if I'm on a road trip by myself,
Yeah.
because Trish won't let me have them, my road trip by myself is a Snickers bar and a bag of Funyuns. And
Yeah.
you chase one with the other one.
Whoa, both
Oh,
together.
Yeah,
my.
then your
Snicker
breath
bars
smells like
and-
that for about a week and a half. So,
That's interesting. You go both of them
Funyuns.
together.
yeah,
Interesting.
about 4 Funyuns and then a little bite of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be clear, you have swallowed the Funyuns by the time the Snickers has entered your
No,
mouth.
no.
Yeah.
You start chewing them and then you throw that in there and let
Really?
Yeah,
I'd
you
have to
kind of
try
I'm
that.
intrigued by that. That's so weird. It might
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
work.
give that a try.
Thank
Yeah.
That's great.
What about you,
Yes.
Dad?
Oh, I'm a huge cookie guy, and there's this grandma's chocolate fudge cookies. I get them.
Oh, like the individually packaged
yeah,
cookies?
grandma's
Yeah.
cookies. There's peanut butter and chocolate chip cookies, but the chocolate fudge ones are the best for sure.
Yeah.
And they're in my top 10 cookie list too.
Oh, we gotta get to the cookie list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's my. Whenever I go there, I try to buy that.
Follow up. Are there any things in your top 10 cookie list that are maybe like,
Mhm.
unsung heroes? A lot of people don't know about this.
Sure.
People need to know about this type of cookie.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a cookie that only comes out at Christmas time, and it's called different things.
It's gross.
It's
dude.
called-
It's
This
so
is like
gross.
listening
It's
to
called-
it's like listening to
it's
Ed
called-
Sheeran break down his
I know,
music
yeah,
or something. We're like
yeah,
watching
yeah,
an expert
yeah,
at work.
Exactly.
He's
can
taking
do-
this serious.
I could do a book on Pfeiffer News cookies. You ever heard of them?
They're so gross, dude.
They're not gross.
They taste.
They're licorice cookies with
Yeah.
white powder on them.
It tastes like black licorice.
They
if
only
it's
come
been
out at Christmas
sun-dried
time.
for
I
like
bet there's a lot of people
8
out there who
days.
know what I'm talking about. Pfeiffer News cookies, and they're called some other things I've heard.
How do you
other
spell
people.
Pfeiffer News?
There's got to be a P at the beginning.
PFFEFF.
PF?
Yeah,
PFF.
Oh,
E
it's
PFF.
two F's at the beginning.
Pfeiffer.
ERUNSE. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. PFEFFER.
Yeah,
NUSSE.
yeah,
Looks German or something. My goodness.
yeah. I
They
think
look
it-
all right, and then you taste them, and you're like, oh, these are.
Pfeiffer News in German means pepper nuts.
if
which
you-
is making it sound worse.
That's probably what it is. Some people call them pepper nut cookies.
Listen here, pepper nuts.
Do you like black licorice?
No.
Okay, but you don't. Then you won't like these cookies.
Yeah,
So you gotta like black licorice.
You like the way a skunk smells? Then you probably won't like these cookies.
Come on now, somewhere over the rainbow. River, put that vote in, please.
lobby for the votes. I love it.
When I asked
My
for
dad.
I was like, what's maybe not like a well-known cookie? You chose like the worst one
Come
that's out
on,
there.
buddy, start me up, man.
Like, there's this one, not many people know about it. It's called dog crap. No one knows about it, but it is a
Hard to
type-
get down. Hard to get down.
That's great.
Oh.
That is pretty funny.
Mm.
All right, I didn't prepare a next one. That was so fun. Brad, do you have any others that you see on there?
Let's see.
Yeah, I did. Oh, what was your favorite sports memory from your son's I guess, career? You know, this could be 6 years old or recently, I guess. Any pickleball championships? Made you really proud?
No.
Didn't think so.
Boy, I miss watching you guys play sports, you and Kate.
Yeah.
Trish and I was talking about that on the way up here. Just so much fun. So, favorite memory. There was a lot of them. You were lucky to be on some successful teams.
Yeah, it was nice that there were other athletes around me. Do you have one in mind if you need to think about one? Can you think of one, Dave?
Yeah, I do. Brad was probably in first or second grade, maybe third grade, and he played YMCA basketball.
Oh, good song I've heard.
And
Salvation
maybe
Army, Salvation
a
Army,
little bit
Salvation
older than he was, and
Salvation Army.
it was at the end of the game. It was going back and forth, and right at the end of the game, about 5 or 6 seconds left, Brad popped a 3 and made it, and then
It was
then the coach came out on the floor and they gave him a technical. Because he was coming out to celebrate, and it's 2 seconds left.
Oh.
And this was in
technical
kiddie
in second
basketball.
grade, yeah.
Kiddie
It was
basketball.
They're not even calling travels, probably.
So yeah, this court was like, I don't know, 3/8 the size of a normal court. It was a tiny
It
little
was
thing.
tiny.
Yeah,
Brad
I don't know.
loved
It
3-point
wasn't-
shots. He loved shooting them. I mean,
Yeah, but like you were never allowed to shoot threes. Like it was
Right.
like, what are you doing shooting a 3? You know, but we were down by 1 point, and they're like, Brad, if you have an open 3-pointer, shoot it. I
love
remember
it.
that.
Yeah.
I remember that exact. Like I remember like Coach Johnston saying that to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
I love that you weren't even down 3, though. Like the
We were
situation
down- exactly.
It
Yeah,
didn't
call
call
down
for
three.
3.
shoot it.
They were down by 1. We need a 3.
And so I got the ball in the inbound.
Just in
and
case the coach gets a technical.
Yeah, the coach, the
You
kiddie
shoot
basketball.
the
The coach gets a
I'm getting the
technical.
and then worst case scenario, we go to overtime.
Oh,
like my
Adam
form was
Pinto,
so
I
bad
remember.
because I had to like bring it all the way back to shoot,
Yeah.
and I made it. And people went, yeah. Coach Pintola runs out and like
Pintola, I
bear
remember.
hugging me from behind and picking me up and stuff. And they're like, "That's a technical."
Wow.
And so the other team had a chance to tie it up with 2 free throws and missed one of them.
Yeah.
But that is definitely the best moment of my life at all, the sports or otherwise.
And you probably don't remember this too, but Brad was a real K-State hater at that particular time. Anything purple he hated.
Yeah.
And they had purple K-State cookies after the game.
Purple
And
licorice.
Brad was so bad about hating them. He didn't even eat the cookie.
Just made a game winning 3 and refused the cookie.
because
Yeah.
so
First,
anyway,
or he's like, "That's the last time I ever seen Brad turn down a
I was
cookie."
going to say first.
Yeah.
time, yeah.
But yeah,
That's funny. That's a good story. Good memory.
that's what I was hoping you'd say. I was like, "Please say the one when I nailed that 3."
Yeah.
That was great.
Mhm.
Senior night basketball, you started out, I think he hit 4 threes in the first quarter.
Did I
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
And you
Nice.
were lighting it up. And
I did not remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
That's fun. That was on senior night.
No. Okay, I got one. So when Jake was young, I honestly thought his goal when he was a kid was he was going to be the first person ever to play Major League Baseball, professional football, and the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, all 3 of them.
Deion's done
Deion
too.
Sanders,
Yeah.
Bo Jackson. Yeah, they did 2. I'm going to do 3.
Gosh, being a kid is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
And like being seriously, like I think I'm going to do that.
Why
for
not?
real.
I've looked at the schedule and
Yeah.
there's a little wiggle room there.
I'm good enough. That's the other
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and when
I can
Jake
make
was
it.
young, I mean, he at a very young age, he would sit and watch the entire game, and so he just stayed it, and so he just knew the game so well. So we're getting ready to play our very first ball game, and it was in a church. It was with Kirk Gaddis as your coach.
This is basketball.
Yes, sorry, but the only rule we really knew was you could not defend him until half court. And so Jake was just such a smart player. I told him, I said, all right, what you need to do is just hang back off the half court line about 5 or 6 feet, kind of be casual, and then as soon as they cross half court, eat them up. And Jake was so quick at that time.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about basketball at this point, who we would be playing. I thought it'd be competitive teams. First team we play is a co-ed team. And I don't know if you remember.
Co-ed
I don't remember
but-
anything about
So,
Oh.
that team gets the ball, bringing it across court is a cute little girl. Got pigtails on,
no.
just, and I mean, Jake steps back about
She's probably
6
really small, and
Yeah.
you were like small for the. So
Go
she's like,
for it,
I'm
Jake.
not
And
her.
this is probably 5 years old. So, they're all cute stuff. And
Right.
Jake's kind of steps back. And I so wanted to holler, abort, abort.
I'm like a bull getting ready to be let out of my
And this poor little girl just dribbling up. And I mean, when she
Oh,
steps
why?
across, Jake attacks her. And that little girl did not know what. I felt so bad. And so you kept doing that until
Oh,
Kurt
God.
finally. But I mean, he was doing what he thought, and he did. It worked. But that
He
poor
went
little,
after that
that
girl.
was probably her last game she played.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I love
I
it.
do remember that. That was one I'm
That's
going,
great, Jake. That's good. That's good
That's
for you,
way,
Wayne.
way to crush your dreams.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's still on the psych chair talking about
Yeah. The self-awareness developed a little later than the
Right,
ball handling
exactly.
did. So that's too bad. That's
It's
funny.
working though. Good job, Dad. Good advice.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
I can do this every time.
Samantha has no clue what's coming. Yeah. That's great. Any last questions, Brent?
I like the Jamie Whitefield asked advice to maintain a godly, Christ-centered marriage. I like those kind of questions. You got any answers for those? Do you have those?
Yeah.
Any marriage advice? Any?
Well,
How long have you been married, Dave?
45 years.
45.
Dad-
You're the man.
Real quick.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait, I have a question. Sorry. When is Mom's birthday?
September 24th,
What year?
55.
Nailed it. Okay. You'll hear on Monday.
Oh, you're a good son. Knowing your mom's birthday. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, mark that one down as a win of the week.
I know.
Yeah.
I know my mom's
I have a
birthday.
story about that.
I'm
You'll
glad
hear later.
Georgianne's watching this.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. 45 years.
Yeah, I think the whole idea of if you ever to just keep praying for your spouse, I think that's first 10 years are kind of discovering years, basically. And I think the next 10 years are just, you just kind of go through some things, I think. And if you have Christ in your life and you have, he's the number one in your life, you're going to make it. You'll be fine. And I think just praying for your spouse is real important. At least in my book, it is,
Mm-hmm.
and my kids too. And but yeah, just and not only that, to try to be a servant, I think, to your spouse as much as you can, and not be so selfish at times and say, you know what, even though I really like to do something else right now, I'm going to spend time with my wife.
Mm.
It's really important. So those are just some of the things that I think would be really, really good.
I'll tell you, listen to that makes me want to be incarcerated.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Can
Good
you
luck.
how often do you come? Once a week?
Yeah.
I could probably figure out something. Brad and I can still record through the
Right.
telephone, and I can get some Dave Ellis preaching.
That's a good
Yeah.
word. I feel like you are very servant-hearted. too.
Yeah, that's-
and I don't know
that's
if you ever
important.
always were though. Maybe
I think I have been.
Yeah.
Much.
No, I always was. Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the hardest parts when we first got married, and maybe Steve went through this too. I was a real social guy. I mean, I like to be around people and like to do stuff, and I like to play golf. I'd like to do all kinds of stuff, and my wife was more of being at home, so we had to work through that a little
Yeah.
bit the first 10 years of our life and try to have a balance of having both of them. So I just kind of learned how to do that. And
Yeah, 'cause
so it's really different.
You're never going to marry somebody that's. I feel like that almost every marriage is like, or is that?
Well, I was going to say,
Yeah.
I think that was the same for Trish and I. And so just, I know obviously Jesus has got to be number one in your life. And
Yeah.
Trish and I talk about a lot, people that don't have that in their life, how do they make it through the rough
It's hard.
times?
It's a tough time.
Totally.
But-
I would have, given up. I
Yeah.
would have been like,
But
why am I still married to you? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because Trish is, when COVID hit and we had to stay at home, and Trish was in her wheelhouse,
Mhm.
and I lasted 3 days and I said, I've got to get out.
Right.
Yeah,
but,
Dad, you met with like people in a parking lot, like
Yeah.
in the winter time.
Yeah, I had to get out too.
them.
See, I was the same way.
Dave and I also like to meet up in parking lots too, though.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on big days.
exactly.
We'll go to a parking lot
That's right.
together.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, all right, we can give Jake some marital advice. So, I think it really depends on just who you marry. Trish is so content with. She's just content with everything.
Yeah.
And she thinks I'm the funniest. If I could find a crowd of Trisha triplets, I would be the best stand-up comedian. in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and my goal is once a week to make her either cry laughing or spit something out of her mouth.
Laugh
And
is
she
good.
just laughs at everything. I'm like going, some of this stuff's not that funny, But yeah, and so we're the same way because and I can't figure out. All right, so about every few months I'll say, "Are you happy?" Because I
Right.
just want to make sure she's happy.
Right.
And she says she is, but I'm like going, I couldn't be happy with just saying, oh, I just want to come home and do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, because I go to ball games all the time, and I'm like going, come to a ball game with me. She's like, well, no,
Right.
no. So
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
yeah. She's just
Yeah.
so
Yeah, humor's really
Perfect.
big. It's a big. If you guys, both of you, have humor, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I think in your
Yeah.
family. One other piece of advice, Steve, that I maybe give to you just in a minute. I can tell you for all three of my kids, the night before the wedding happened, before all the madness
don't you
happened.
make me cry. If you make me cry, Dave, I've done
you
good.
go in there and you talk to them and you pray with them.
Like,
You do that, and I know that's a tough thing to do. And I think there are probably a few tears when that happened, but that's the real important. And I think my kids will all remember that. But this is my one-on-one with them.
That's a good word.
It's
we
my
went out to-
one-on-one.
Can you do it for me? Can you? You know,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
invited to
come
both
back
of them.
here.
So just
Say this next.
Right. We
Yeah, a
went
little
out,
AirPod in his ear.
we went out to lunch at Austin's. You remember that? Like before I went to Texas for my wedding, like Austin's by Jake's house now. And you wrote like 10 things on like 10 tips for marriage and like gave them to me on these little like index cards, like classic. Like my dad has all these like.
Do you
notes that he
remember any
takes.
of them? I'd like to hear them.
Oh man, I don't remember.
Do you remember?
Some of the things
I have
they said.
them. I have them, but
think-
I've had them in my wallet. Luckily, I lost my wallet. I don't have them in my wallet anymore. But I've like had them in my wallet. They've gone through the wash like 10 times, and I still like they're like all tattered up and everything. But I still like hold those so precious. I think I put them on a Evernote one time just in case I ultimately lost them. But I don't. I'll send you a note about it.
Well,
Note that.
Trish and I were
Yeah.
just trying to talk because, I said, I'd like to give some words of wisdom to Jake and Kate. I mean, they're both getting married. And,
Yeah.
so we talked about what,
Yeah.
and just consistency was one of them,
Correct.
All right, if
I
if
think
we,
that's a good
if we
one.
laugh at this, if we don't take this too serious,
Mm-hmm.
we always laugh at that.
Correct.
I don't get mad at it just because I've had a bad day at work or if Trish is irritated or whatever.
Good
Yeah.
point.
The only thing I wish in my marriage I would have done different was I always thought I was a good dad and a good husband.
Mhm.
And I didn't realize until after the kids graduated and we were empty nesters how much my wife did.
Oh,
Because I
they
I
do.
thought,
She
man,
does. They do a lot.
Yeah, I'm a good husband. I help her out. But then after the kid, we were empty nesters, and I saw how much more relaxed she was.
Mhm.
And then I get
Sure.
thinking back. So every once in a while, I just go, I'm sorry. Because she did everything
That's
for
okay.
because we'd go to bed at night. Well, go to bed. I go in. I'm going to sleep. Well, in her mind, she's like, well, all right. Okay, I've got their clothes laid out, they're
Right.
clean. I've got this to
Mhm.
do tomorrow. This, and she did it all. And
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I feel a little guilty.
That's
Sorry,
really
Trish.
good. No, see, he brings up a good point, and the whole idea is that with your wives, appreciate what they do all the time. I mean, and I think Brad does that really good. I think he knows when he's going past the limit. I've got to be home now with my wife,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I really appreciate that because it doesn't always happen very often.
I said no
So,
to KU game today with you because I was like,
I know you
I gotta be
did.
with my family today.
Yeah, and
My
And
son
marriage
loves
is hard
KU.
sometimes.
yeah,
isn't
it is very hard.
Trish
sometimes.
and I joke about that. I said, I'm sure she laid in bed at night thinking, could
Yeah.
I kill him?
Yeah, I know exactly.
and it's just,
I know.
'cause it's
I've
not
had
always-
that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Trish and I joke about that going, you worry about when your kids are getting married and like going, there's going to be tough times and it should
There-
be. I mean,
there are.
that's how you grow. And,
Right.
and it's, so it's, there's that fun stage and then the raising kids, that
That's
gets
another
tough.
stage.
But man, after they're gone, it's fun, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun. It is lots of fun. Yeah.
I really feel like you guys have lived so much once I went to college. Like you guys are traveling in a good way. And like, but like you guys
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I think what I appreciated more when the kids left was we had weekends open. It used to be every weekend we were doing something.
Yeah.
During the week, it was pretty much the same stuff, basically, but the weekends were so much, we could just go anywhere we wanted
Yeah.
to at that
Mm.
time when everybody left the house. So
Trish and I usually will pick one room. Every winter we'll pick one room to remodel,
that's a good idea.
and it's been
too.
so fun since the kids were gone because, if we don't feel like working on it, we just want to eat, sandwiches for supper. We're like, we don't have to
Exactly.
worry about
Yeah.
getting the kids proper nutrition or
No,
getting them to bed
no,
on time.
that's right.
And,
Because back in the day, you cared about nutrition. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys were
I'm
big
going,
on like,
hey,
bologna sandwiches.
throw some mayonnaise on that bologna, honey. Boys got to grow. Got a game tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
So,
That's great.
Whatever that pizza was, the
English muffin pizza.
muffins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be knocking the English muffin
Yeah.
pizza.
I'm
We-
knocking the cheese
Oh.
whiz specifically. Everything else about it sounds good.
Oh,
The
right.
cheese whiz is where I.
You know what? Soon
Oh,
as it's
what?
over, we're going to have Mrs. Triple whip you some
Okay.
up.
I got the
Nice.
stuff's all in the fridge. It can happen.
Ooh,
Cancel the pizza order.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
right.
Oh my gosh.
Brad, I do think you're an amazing husband.
Oh,
and
wow.
Catherine,
Thank you, man.
You guys got your 3 kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and that's
And Catherine she's an amazing.
I was gonna say. I feel like I'm fine. She's amazing. Like I think she's
Yeah.
so good at so many different things, and
Yeah.
yeah, talking about like what you were saying about Trish and like how much she does. Like whenever we go on a vacation or like on a trip at all, I'm always like, why does it take you so long I could pack the morning of.
Oh, I feel
She's
so.
like, I'm packing for all of us, and I'm thinking about every other scenario.
Yeah.
And
What if it snows in southern Florida? I mean, we've got to
it's
bring
happened
snow.
before.
You know?
I looked it up. Yeah. So yeah,
I don't see how they keep it all together. Really.
And the
It's
crazy
hard
thing,
sometimes.
like mentally, I just know that she's always on. Like you can't. I've just learned that she can't turn off being a mom.
Right. Exactly.
Whereas like at least I can. I'm not thinking about my kids at all right now. Like
Right.
besides this conversation, obviously, but like so she has a harder time sleeping. Because she's always like hearing things like maybe that was the kids. So
Mhm.
And she wouldn't do the podcast because she would feel guilty about going, no, I've got things to do at home,
Right. Yeah.
Even now,
I know.
we'll be at home and, we'll get ready to watch a TV show or a movie or something. And Trish never sits down. I said,
Yeah.
you need to hang out. Let me show you how to relax.
yeah, right.
I mean, I
I'm
can sit in
very
that
good at it,
recliner.
yeah.
I know I can do the recliner 18 hours. But, and so she'll say, okay, we'll go ahead and start. And I go, no, you're not sitting down.
Right.
Just,
Like, I got something else to do. I'll do it while I watch. Yeah.
And now, as a husband, I probably should get up and help her. Seriously, you'd think, well, after a while, maybe I should get up and help her.
Yeah.
Sorry again, Trish.
Yeah. But if you've been married long enough, you know when it's time to get up and help.
It's true.
I
There's
mean,
a
I
difference.
can tell when we have people coming over to our house and we're going to stay overnight and stuff, I just sit there waiting for the instructions. Basically, I just sit there and wait, and Georgianne gives the look. And, okay, I'm going to vacuum. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and whatever. So, yeah.
But the
You're very
thing
good
is,
with
when
it.
I do something like that,
You do it wrong.
you would think I had just found a cure for cancer.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
I mean, I'll sweep. My wife sweeps the floor 5 times a week. I do it twice a month. I'm like, oh, hey,
Yeah. That's what I
floor
do.
looking pretty good tonight,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
Women are good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Talk about that for another 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
fun, man.
This is fun. We got some pizza to eat out there, regular and cheese whiz version. So,
I call it cheese whiz.
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat some dairy? With the
the
dairy?
English muffin pizza.
No, just the cheesy dairy in you.
Yeah, I meant to mention this Monday. We'll mention it now. I was talking to my friend Zane, music producer Zane. I went and got lunch with him, and I was asking him, I was like, how you doing? How's your family? And he's like, it's weird. We're getting over some sickness right now. And I was like, oh, what kind of sickness do you have? And he's like, this is going to sound weird, dude. But like, I had it, then my wife had it, and then some of our friends in our friend group had it. And it's like this like
Rotavirus?
gurgly thing happening, this like gassy thing. And I was like, can that be passed around? I've never heard of stuff that gets passed around seems more like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Interesting.
flu like, cold like, whatever. And he was like, I don't know, it's going around. I was like, well, I had that, and then Brad had that.
I did.
So now I'm thinking,
You passed me the gurgly passy thing.
yeah.
Oh man.
But she never got sick or flu. Like
Yeah, it was just like this one weird day where I was just like, there was a like
Well, you did
active
get sick.
volcano in my stomach.
You threw up.
Like a stomach bug.
Yeah, but it was
That
different than
everybody
like
gets.
It's
That
a
is
weird-
crazy. I've never heard of it.
No.
it was like I
No,
got I
no.
couldn't
It was a
stand
stomach
up.
bug,
It
but
was
it was like-
cramps. It was weird, and I had milk the night before, so that's what I chalked it up to. But I think, well, either way, I discovered lactate. Lactate is an amazing milk byproduct. It tastes awesome. I don't know what they've done to it, but I have got that as my fallback. But yeah,
I had a hard time like Googling it. I didn't know how to describe what I was feeling in my stomach. I was like, stomach cramps, but they're not really.
but for men,
Yeah, like, and they're like, oh, a bellyache, and it's like not really a bellyache. I don't know.
And it didn't last very long, right?
yeah, I
Mine
was like,
lasted like 5 days.
Oh, you're
well, I'm a little
fine.
bit stronger than Brad.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah. Right,
A little
exactly.
better immune system.
Yeah.
Right.
never got COVID. So.
Mine was a struggle, but
Anyway, so yeah, I'm
Interesting.
gonna take down the cheese.
oh,
You'll
I'm
be just
excited
fine.
for you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Great.
Anyway, that's the end of this episode. Another Wednesday in the books. Check out Main Street Roasters. Anything you guys need to plug? Anything you need to,
No.
No,
funnel people into?
No, but thank you guys for doing this.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
I mean, you
Thanks for
know,
being on. Thanks for coming to town
I
this
think
weekend.
Steve and I are
I'm a-
very proud of our
yeah.
boys.
Mm.
Thank you. We really
55
are.
years old,
Very
and I
proud of you guys.
cannot wait until Monday mornings to roll around. I mean, it
That's
is one of
awesome.
my favorite days of the week, and so
That's
yeah,
right.
I'll get home and I'll ask Trish how much of the podcast you get to listen to. So
Mhm.
That's fun.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you.
it's
Yeah,
fun,
thanks a
man.
lot. Yeah,
thanks
thanks.
for. I mean, out of all the influencers of our life, I think you guys are the biggest. So thank
Thank you.
for being great influences to us.
Praise
We
God for
appreciate
that.
And right after them, probably Trey.
you. Yeah,
And you said influencers.
Yeah. Trey or Drawn Chris. You want to, I get him
or
confused.
Ward Weeby. That's all I hear about. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, here we come. Here you gonna talk about Daddy for a while. But nope, it's old Ward.
Old Ward.
Should have had Ward on the podcast.
He said no, Steve.
We reached out.
Yeah.
We reached out. We tried. No, that's great. All right, let's go eat some pizza. Thank you, Ghosties, for listening. Tell a friend, tell a dad in your life to listen to this episode. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and text your dad and say, hey, Dad, I love you. You're awesome. How about
There you
that?
go.
Love you guys.
Have a good week.
Ghostrunners